Let's dive into Israelis and Palestinians conflict. This isn't just a war over land, it's a struggle over identity, memory, and survival. For more than a century, Israelis and Palestinians have been caught in one of the world's most painful, polarizing, and persistent conflicts. But how did it all begin? Why has peace been so elusive? What keeps this conflict burning today? Let's take a step back and understand the full story. So what is the origins of the conflict? The roots of the Israel-Palestine conflict go back to the late 1800s. At the time, the land known as Palestine was under Ottoman rule and home to a mostly Arab population, Muslims, Christians, and Jews. Meanwhile, in Europe, a political movement called Zionism emerged. Its goal? To establish a Jewish homeland in response to rising anti-Semitism. In 1917, Britain issued the Balfour Declaration, supporting a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. Despite Arab-majority opposition, after World War I, Britain took control of Palestine under a League of Nations mandate, laying the groundwork for future tensions. Let's dive into the creation of Israel. By the 1940s, tensions between Jews and Arabs in Palestine were escalating. Following the Holocaust, pressure mounted to create a Jewish state. In 1947, United Nations proposed a partition plan, divide Palestine into two separate states, one Jewish, one Arab. With Jerusalem under international control, Jewish leaders accepted the plan. Arab leaders rejected it. In 1948, when the British withdrew, the Jewish leadership declared the creation of Israel. Arab nations invaded. Israel won. But over 700,000 Palestinians were displaced or fled. They call it the Nakba, the catastrophe. Let's look at war, occupation, and Intifadas. Over the next few decades, war followed war. In 1956, the Suez Crisis. In 1967, the Six-Day War, where Israel captured the West Bank, Gaza, East Jerusalem, and more. In 1973, the Yom Kippur War. After 1967, Israel began building settlements in the occupied territories. Palestinians lived under military occupation. In 1987, the first Intifada, a Palestinian uprising, erupted. In the 1990s, the Oslo Accords gave hope for peace. They created the Palestinian Authority and outlined a path toward a two-state solution. But violence, mistrust, and failed negotiations unraveled it all. In 2000, the Second Intifada broke out. Bombings, raids, blockades, and the rise of Hamas in Gaza hardened the conflict. So what is today's reality? Today, the conflict is far from over. Israel controls the West Bank and much of East Jerusalem. Gaza, under Hamas, is blockaded by both Israel and Egypt. Peace talks are frozen. Violence flares regularly. Innocent civilians, both Israeli and Palestinian, continue to suffer. Tensions over settlements, evictions, military raids, and rocket attacks erupt into deadly conflict year after year. The world watches, but little changes. So why peace is so hard? Why has peace been so hard to achieve? Because the core issues remain unresolved. Final borders, the status of Jerusalem. Palestinian refugees and their right to return, Israeli security. Palestinian sovereignty, deep-rooted fear. Trauma and mistrust on both sides, and behind it all, religion, nationalism, colonial legacies, and decades of war. The Israel-Palestine conflict is not just about history, it's about people still living through it. Generations have grown up under occupation, under fire, and under fear. The path to peace is uncertain. But understanding the past is the first step to imagining a different future. Thanks for watching. If this helped you understand the conflict more clearly, consider subscribing for more explicable videos like this one.